Hi everyone, this is Joey here from ESCplus, and I am joined today by Jay from the band Skywalker, who are competing to be the national representative from the Czech Republic for Eurovision 2022 with their song Way Down.
Me, I can only run away or turn around. Only you can make me stay or help me drown. Will you wait for me?
So hey Jay.
Hey, how's it going? How are you?
So I'm well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So now, first question, Skywalker, the band. So I had to, if we want to find out anything about you, we have to make sure to put in Skywalker, but then the band, because there are other famous Skywalkers out there. Is there any connection? Is that how the band's name was derived?
We're a bunch of Star Wars nerds, and
Awesome.
When we started this band, we were basically fresh out of high school. We were pretty young kids, so we were just looking for a word that's strong. It has that strength in it. It also looks nice when you write it down, and something that we had a connection with, and then it just kind of sprang up, and we thought, hey, Skywalker, that's a really cool name. It's kind of weird looking back. We didn't think about the whole thing with Google. It's going to be impossible to find information about us. But we just went for it, and it stuck. And I like the sound of that word. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to attract some fans by accident. But since you're Star Wars fans,
Right.
it might work out for everybody. So
Sure thing.
So now let's talk about Way Down. So I gave this song a listen, and I thought I knew what it was, and then at around 2 minutes in or so,
Yep.
it kind of takes on another layer that I
Yep.
wasn't expecting.
Right.
And I assume that's you, and with the lead vocals there that's driving the metal edge of it.
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
agree that there's this it's got this kind of staircase kind of thing where it kind of goes up one level and then it kind of goes up the next layer on?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's something that we've always done in some version of it, like combining this maybe more like punk rock, melody-driven, poppier sound with this heavier metal-like sound of it. We're not proper metalheads, but we like that. We like that energy. A lot of people think it's driven by something really negative, but it's for us the whole screaming. The metal part is more an expression of energy, pure energy. And I love the fact that people listen to it, and there are no clues up until that moment. You go
Exactly.
oh wait a second, okay.
Especially as a Eurovision fan, getting this selections, you don't. I didn't have a preconceived notion of what it was going to be, so that journey that I went on listening to it for the first time was definitely memorable.
Nice. Cool.
And you bring up a good point about the duality of the genres. I feel like Eurovision, especially recently, has really leaned into the sound that you're presenting. Did you notice that with the past couple of sort of the closest thing to metal that exists in Eurovision has been presented, at least in 2020, 2021, and then back in 2018 we had Hungary. Have you noticed that? Did you watch
I have, yeah, definitely. It's in 2018, everybody shared it on social media. Even people who don't really pay attention to Eurovision, they were kind of like, oh wait a second, there was this metalcore band. What is this? And
Right.
everybody was surprised. That's the funny thing, because you don't expect that from Eurovision, and then kind of just that surprise is really cool. But I think over the past maybe, I'm not a Eurovision expert, but it seems to me like it's been slowly shifting towards a more welcoming attitude towards the heavier side of rock music. And I think that's really cool, because it's been around for ages, and I think it's about time the kind of the general public, or normal people kind of had their share of that too. Kind of oh, so not everybody who just screams in a microphone is some crazy, you know, insane person. It's this cool expression of, you know, emotion and energy, and I love that. I love that. And for me personally, that's the reason why, you know, I come from a scene where contests or whatnot, that's kind of like frowned upon. However, Eurovision's always been for me and for my guys, it's always been like, no, that's like this cool thing where they're just interested in music, you know, like in like real artistic expression. So like, look at that, you got like pop here and like metal there. No one seems to mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why there's been success, at least in some part, by the entries recently with Hungary and like Finland last year, is that there's so much texture to work with in the stage, right? Like, so the type of energy that you bring into the music relates really well to like having like fireworks go off and like being in an arena. And I think there's so much appetite right now. I thought that like Måneskin in part did amazing because people just miss being in an arena, like and hearing rock music, like in a way that we could not really express before. And I feel like that kind of energy there's a big appetite for it on the Eurovision stage.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way.
Awesome. So what? Maybe talk a little bit about your bandmates who are not here right now. You said you guys all know each other quite a while.
Well, the drummer in my band is my brother, so we've known each other forever, and we've always been, you know, we always wrote music together. I'm actually in my grandmother's apartment right now, where we started writing music together, you know, like 15, 20 years ago. I'm not quite sure. So we've been best mates forever, and then the other guys, we just kind of got to know each other through the kind of local Prague, Czech Republic punk rock scene. We were in different high school pop punk bands, you know, kind of different rip-offs of Blink-182 and, you know, Sum 41, that kind of thing. And we just bumped into each other over the years. And then as everybody, you know, graduated and a lot of people kind of started falling off the whole band thing, we just found a way towards each other where we met, you know, and we just thought, hey, why don't we just do this together? Because we are the four guys who really just want to make music and just tour and travel around and just play some good music. So that's how we all got together. We're the same generation. We're all huge Blink-182 fans, and that's kind of how it all started for us. And just the fact that we're so similar creates this perfect chemistry. And we've been together for a while now, so it's you know, they're my best friends. It's great.
Well, super. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I wish you and the other guys the best of luck. We're certainly rooting for you. And yes, definitely see the Blink-182 connection. I was going to mention that, but I didn't know if you held them in high regard or not. So it's good to.
Oh, let me show you one thing. No, the other arm. There you go. That's all you need to see.
All right.
That's Blink. That's Blink right there.
That's super. So so thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next week at the finale.
Right. Thank you very much. Have a good one.